Hey everyone, episodes 5 and 6 of chapter 1 of Lupin. So, episode 5, it gets real interesting. So, Hassan, Claire, and Raul, who is his son, they go on a train trip. And everything is going well. Hassan, he's having flashbacks of how him and Claire first met and what brought them closer at a younger age. So the guy who had something to do with Fabian offing herself, he's in pursuit of a son as well. So he is on the train. A son spots him and they confront each other. He locks him in a cabin, but the guy, he escapes. And as they're getting ready to get off of the train, Hassan tells Claire and Raul to go ahead and get off. And he is confronting the guy. They're talking or whatever. And the guy is trying to apprehend him. And the guy has a gun. So they do get off of the train, Hassan and the guy. And the police end up apprehending the guy with the gun. And it's like, so it seems like a clean getaway for Hassan. And they take the guy to the station, but they compare the composite sketch to him, and they're like, this is not the guy. So they let him go. And Hassan isn't aware of this. The guy ends up watching Hassan and Raul and Claire. They're at the beach, and he ends up watching them, and eventually he captures Raul and drives away. Claire and Hassan, they're searching the beach for Raul. They're like, where's Raul? Where's Raul? And it's a lot of people on the beach that are wearing top hats, as Raul had on. And they're of mixed race as well, a lot of them. And as we know, Raul is, and they're asking people, have they seen Raul? He's mixed race. He has a hat on. But it's a lot of individuals on the beach that fit that description. So eventually, one of the detectives that is trying to apprehend Hassan, he shows up on the scene, and Hassan was like, have you seen this young teenage boy? And the detective is like, I'll help you. And Hassan, he does read his mail and tells him, I already know that you're a detective or whatever. And that detective did contact backup as well. In episode 6, it gets really dicey. Hassan, he is continuing to look for Raul. They end up at an older house or residence. Him and the guy, they're fighting, and Raul, he's still in the trunk. Hassan is looking desperately for Raul. And eventually, Hassan, he drops the guy out of a window, and he's still alive. And he goes and pours gasoline on the car, and he sets it on fire. And Raul is still in the trunk. And Hassan he realizes that, and at that time, one of the detectives is there, and she holds a gun to Hassan's head. And of course, he's very emotional in the moment. And they're showing flashbacks of him and Claire when they were younger. She had her violin stolen, and he ended up stealing one and giving it to her as a gift. And when they found out about that, he was taken in. He was punished for that, and he's just having those flashbacks. So he's having a lot of emotions. It's a lot going on. Um, it's so many questions here. Um, is Ryu really gone? What happens to the guy who sets the car on fire? Will a son escape from being apprehended? How will his and Claire's relationship recover from this? It's so many questions. These are the final two episodes, 5 and 6, that are in chapter 1. I will be going to chapter 2. It may not be tomorrow, but eventually I will. It is a good watch. It left me with mixed emotions at the end of chapter 1. It was heavy. That was heavy. Ending the chapter like that. However, it is a good watch. It is on Netflix, Lupin. Check it out on streaming. You all have a great night and peace.